As a young boy growing up in Loreroville during the 60s and 70s, Tommy Romero learned a lot about serving others at a very young age from the examples set by his parents, Dr. Russell and Dolores Romero.
On Sundays, Mom would we'd go to Mass, and if there was no altar boy serving the priest, Mom would give me that sharp eye and say, "Son," I knew what that look meant, was to get up there and go do what I was supposed to do, be an altar boy, go serve the priest. That's what I did.
The same held true with his late father, affectionately known as Doc, who served the community for years as Loreroville's general practitioner. Tommy still remembers making house calls with his dad, who impressed upon his son the importance of giving back, not just collecting.
Dad would drive over, me, Mom, and my brother and sister. When we go over to make the house call, Dad would get down and he'd walk a good ways. He'd park on the side of the road, we wait, and a short while later he would return. And I always wondered what Dad was carrying with him on the way back. And he'd get back in the car and he'd have maybe a burlap sack with okra in it, or some kind of vegetables or whatever and the people gave him. And I said, "Dad, what are you doing with that okra?" He said, "Listen, son, those people gave that to me because they couldn't pay me." And it really meant a lot to me. It taught me that it was about service, because my dad told me, you're too young to understand now. But what I just did, about serving the people, I'm trying to teach you it's about service.
While at Loreroville High, Tommy worked jobs at Homer's full-service Texaco and bagged groceries at Kroger's. But even before he graduated, he knew deep down he wanted a career in law enforcement. And it wasn't long before he landed at the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office.
Dad says, "Well, you sure you want to be in law enforcement?" He said, "I think maybe you ought to go and get a job in that field so you can see whether or not that's what you like or not." And I ended up going to the sheriff's office. At the time was Sheriff Jerry Watney in 1978, after graduating from high school in 76. I went ahead and attended USL, got into the criminal justice degree field, and I ended up applied to the Sheriff's Department, and I got a job in 78 with Watney, full-time job with the Sheriff's Department.
That move launched what turned out to be a decorated 40-year law enforcement career with the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office, the Louisiana State Police, and the U.S. Department of Justice that saw Romero work the roads, served 14 years as an undercover narcotics agent, and also provide personal security for both Governors Kathleen Blanco, Bobby Jindal, as well as Attorney General Jeff Landry. He's conducted countless criminal investigations, testified against and helped convict scores of coke and meth dealers, and always devoted himself to being a professional, committed law enforcement officer. Now, he's uniquely qualified to serve as your next sheriff of Iberia Parish.
I can understand some people would say, "Well, that, here we go, we have another state trooper." I come from a different generation than the current administration. I think the drug issue is the main cause of the crime rate that Iberia Parish suffers from. We have an outward migration of people that are leaving the area, businesses that do not want to come to Iberia because of the high crime rate. I think that we need to latch on to that crime issue. I think I'm the candidate that can bring about that change, because I've got 14 years of narcotics experience from the Louisiana State Police. Now, I've been with the Sheriff's Department, I've been with State Police, I've been with the Department of Justice. I bring more to the table as a candidate for Iberia Parish Sheriff's race.
Tommy Romero, uniquely qualified to be your next sheriff.